apparently, even in Europe, still to this day, people are kneeling for BLM or kneeling for social justice before the beginning of the matches. Apparently, for the English team, it didn't go so well. England team booed by 35,000 Hungarians for BLM kneel, lose, mash. He's even got the pride band on. What an absolute cuck right here. Imagine being on your knees for Black Lives Matter, wearing anything you can to pretend like you really care about the LGBTQ community. Holy shit. England's national team was roundly booed in Hungary for taking a knee prior to what proved to be a 1-0 loss to the Central European country. The English national side has doggedly persisted carrying out the gesture, derided as virtue signaling by some and leftist politicization of football by others. They mean soccer, obviously. Long after players from most other countries, and indeed English players in other sports, have quietly moved on since the height of the BLM unrest. The booing has incensed Southgate and his fellow travelers. Hungary, forced to play a game behind closed doors due to fan racism, whatever the hell that means, let in 300,000 plus under 14s who boo England players taking a knee. Listen, hold on, let me make sure I've actually shared audio, because I think it's going to be pretty loud if I had to guess. You can see them on their knees before the game. Let's listen to this. That's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's pretty damn loud.
That's a lot of booing. Southgate complained it was difficult to understand how the large number of Hungarian fans aligned with a ban on stadium attendance, suggested it needs some consideration. Without a doubt, we're taking the need to try to educate people around this world. I have no idea why people would try to boo that gesture. How ridiculous. People don't like it when you bring politics and social justice bullshit into sports. It's as simple as that.
It's not complicated at all. And it's all fake. None of these people go home and actually think or talk or care about these things. Once they're not in front of the cameras or on that stage, they don't care. Clearly, as I said, anytime I see someone going out of their way to virtue signal, it is my belief that they have something to hide. They are trying to project an image out there so they can deflect from something else they are trying to hide every single time. That is my belief of it. And more often than not, that is the exact case right there. You hear that and again, just to be clear, everybody's got shit they're not proud of. Everybody is flawed. Everybody has things that they are, that they wouldn't want the world to know about or whatever. But it's when you see people pushing so hard to make you think that they're a good person, you know that they are hiding something really, really bad, and they can go fuck themselves.
John, I know you kind of like saw this, and I think it's the first time you've seen the video as well.
Yeah.
Like that's a loud
that's a lot of booing, man. That's a lot.
That was
and
overwhelming.
I believe if the NBA had fans in 2020, that's what you would have saw. And 100%. I believe all that kneeling in the NBA would have stopped instantly.
The only reason the NBA did it was because they're in the bubble. Like they could not have gotten away with it. You're 100% right, John.
I mean, they did it on 9/11. How disrespectful is that?
Same with Major League Baseball when they opened up and they were doing that stuff in the beginning when they didn't have fans in attendance. Same thing. Like they don't have the fucking balls to do it in front of the actual fans because they know the backlash that they'd get.
Well, you remember after Jacob Blake, MLB teams went out there for the anthem and then walked off and canceled the game only because there was no fans. If there was paying fans in the stands, there is no way in hell they would have pulled that stunt.
Think about this. NBA teams decided they weren't going to play games over Jacob Blake rightfully getting shot by the police.
A criminal.
Right, a criminal who is in the process of a criminal act, who was armed, who is trying to drive away a car that had children with it. He would have been kidnapping them, right, if they had let him get in the car. A rightful shooting. The NBA canceled all of their games for the Uvalde shooting, right, which I would say is far more tragic and horrific. You know, what happened there in that case.
They didn't cancel games.
They didn't cancel games for that. Steve Kerr just got on the podium and screamed, when is someone going to do something? When they, just 2 years prior, refused to play for something far less. Like you can't keep up. When you start playing this game, your values all of a sudden don't make sense. It's very hypocritical to do this for one thing, but not the other. But that's what happens when you bring it in.
The do something thing, that's the new NPC download. Do something.
Yeah.
That's all they're saying. Do something.
And then, it's the same fun. And that's the same crowd that'll say, when you do something, they'll say, well, this isn't enough. It's like,
it'll never be enough.
And it is. It's never enough. Never will be enough.